Hi everybody, it is Lou here for Simply Crochet Magazine, and in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit festive. So for those of you who are a bit sensitive to preempting the holiday season in October, I would like to apologise in advance, as I will be mentioning the C word. No, not that C word, Christmas. Why would you think? Are you hearing this, Janet? Honestly, you're a disgrace. When you are doing crochet projects, and certainly those that are for gifts or decoration, you kind of need to start a little bit early. Or if you're anything like me, never. If you don't already have issue 63 of Simply Crochet Magazine, then please do go out and get it, because inside you will find the pattern for this. And what we're going to do today is we're going to turn it into this, and I'm going to show you how step by step. What you'll need for this project is to be using white cotton to create the pattern, which you can find in issue 63 of Simply Crochet Magazine. You will need PVA glue, Neil Buchanan's favourite art material of all time. I always sort of wondered if he maybe had some sort of share in PVA glue, because he kind of suggested it for everything really, didn't he? What's that? You got a leg off? Get some PVA glue on that, son. Be right as rain. You will also need some kind of a container for your PVA glue. I am just using a Pyrex ramekin because PVA glue is washable, so it should come off fairly easily, but you can use whatever you wish. If you don't want to use a bowl or anything like that, some sort of disposable Tupperware like you get from the Chinese restaurant might be a good shout, or you could also just put some on tin foil and do it that way. You will need a balloon. There's nothing special about this balloon whatsoever. It is literally just a normal balloon that you would get, you know, 5 million of in a bag for £2.50. One other thing I should say is maybe have some kind of wet wipes to hand, because otherwise your hands will be disgusting and it will get everywhere, including in your moustache. I should know. To start with, you need to get your PVA glue and put a really decent dollop, love that word, dollop. Put a decent dollop into your, that noise, into your Pyrex dish like so. And then you are going to take your beloved crochet, and I know this is going to hurt you to do because it really hurt me. You are going to basically just dip it into your PVA and make sure that it is fully saturated with glue before moving on to the next step. Oh God, it's okay. It's okay. Don't cry. Oh God. What? Oh my God, this is torture. This is actual torture. This feels like it goes against everything that the hooker in me believes. So you want to make sure that it is fully saturated, because then, you know, you don't want any floppy bits. That's what she said. Sorry, I wasn't gonna let that one slide, I'm sorry. Now the next bit is to insert the balloon into a hole near, what I would suggest doing it near the top. In one of the holes near the top, and it looks really super disgusting. Oh God. Get back, foul demon! I can't get it off, please help me. So the best way I've found to get the balloon to go inside without too much grief is to kind of fold it lengthways and then fold it lengthways again, and this creates almost like a point on the end, and it's a bit stiffer, so it's a lot easier to thread through the holes, because otherwise you'll be there for days trying to get it in. You want to insert it so that the balloon kind of just sits inside, and you have almost like what, you don't even know what it would be called, the mouthpiece is kind of hanging out of the hole. So you should have something that looks like this ghastly monstrosity. And And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna blow it up inside and then hopefully tie a knot without giving ourselves a rage aneurysm. I'm gonna now put my mouth on this super gross PVA spout. Here goes nothing. We're now going to tie the balloon off to keep the air inside, and we will give it a little bit of a tweak here and there, and then we'll put it up to dry somewhere. So here is the finished article. I'm currently getting glue off my hands because I feel like I've been fondling a blancmange. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take all of these lovely little points and we're just going to kind of pinch and just give them a little bit of a tweak. So that they stick up and look all very nice and lovely when the piece is dried. Now when you leave this to dry, I would suggest leaving it overnight and making sure that it is well and truly dry and hard before you go on to the next step, because otherwise you'll end up with a bit of a flop and then you'll be very sad after all of your hard work. So leave this overnight and I will be back with you in just a moment. The next day, when your piece is all dry, you are going to be separating the balloon from your crochet shell. Now this part is really important because if you don't do this, when you pop the balloon, it can just drag everything inwards because it is still a fairly malleable kind of shape. If you look at this one, you can move it, you can squish it. So it's not going to be rock solid and it's not going to be able to withstand that kind of caving in if the balloon hasn't been separated from it. So what I used for mine was just the rubber end of a pencil. What you want to do is you want to push the balloon away from the wall of your piece so that it doesn't end up getting stuck. You have to be really thorough doing this step because if you aren't, you will risk it all kind of just caving in on you. And after all that effort and mess, you really don't want that. When you finish separating your balloon from your casing, you get to pop the thing and see your final finished piece. Now this is the part that worries me because if this goes wrong, this could end up being the worst tutorial that's ever been made. So, fingers crossed, my pin does its job. Okay, drum roll, please. Girl. So I'm just going to gently pull that away. So there is the finished article. They're so beautiful. The pattern is absolutely stunning. So if you are yet to grab your issue 63 of Simply Crochet Magazine, please go out and do so because look at this. It's bloody beautiful. Look at that. That's nice. That's lovely. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the Simply Crochet Magazine team, we hope you have a very merry pre-Christmas and a stress-free lead up to the festive season. We love you very much and we will see you very soon. Take care.